Hey, everybody, welcome back to Surprise Radio. I'm your host, Surprise, and with me, I have the amazing band to Begin Anew. Thanks, guys, for joining me.
Hey, man, thank you for having us. What's going on,
What's
everybody?
happening?
If you don't mind, I want to start things out by letting y'all introduce yourselves.
Okay, we'll start at the other end of the table here.
All right. I'm John Kennedy. I play bass.
I'm Macon Pittman. I play lead guitar and do backing vocals.
I'm Casey Wagner. I play drums.
And my name is Cody Boyette, and I sing and play guitar.
You guys act like this isn't your first time on camera. You're doing great.
if you only knew how out of hand the potential of this interview has to get.
Yes.
That's okay. That's okay. We're here to have some fun. So I see that your first single, Arise, came out in 2020. How long have you been together?
We actually started in January of 2020, pre-apocalypse.
Good timing.
It was a terrible decision on our end. It's like, hey, let's start a band. Well, how about we just shut the whole world down?
That's fantastic. I think that happened to a lot of people, but I also think that there was a positive in that. It gave people a chance to really figure out all the ins and outs and maybe take some time to gear up and things like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, we always talk about it. We consider it more of a blessing, really, than anything. Everybody at the table here has got experience in other projects other than just this band. Me and Casey grew up playing music together, and this obviously was a new project for us, but it gave us an opportunity to really kind of dial in what we wanted to do and also be productive. So then that way, whenever it got time for us to be able to play live shows, we had enough practice underneath our belt where we could just hit the ground running.
Do you guys, what are your influences or your heroes in music or just in general?
We'll start down there, John. Let you take a heavy question, man.
I would say probably the top three bands I would go to would be Slipknot, Seven Dust, and taking it back older would be something like Fleetwood Mac. I grew up a lot of classic rock music, so
Some of my biggest influences are, I'd say, Eddie Van Halen, Kirk Hammett, Jerry Cantrell, Dimebag Darrell.
Casey?
That's it.
I try to keep it short.
Short and simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the biggest influence on me getting into music would be my dad, being a guitar player, anyways. Band inspirations, I come more from like, I don't know, the punk and hardcore stuff, Madball, Terror, Comeback Kid, stuff like that.
Casey's pretty diverse with his music. He's probably about the most diverse out of all of us. Casey's dad's a huge inspiration for me. Me and Casey, we're not biological brothers, but we're step brothers. My mom was married to his dad for some time, and they split up. But me and Casey still, remain brothers. We grew up together, and so his dad, Animal, shout out, was a big part for me and him both getting into music. But as far as bands go, whenever I first started wanting to learn guitar, for me it was Nirvana, Green Day, and Metallica. That was like the three that I was like, I want to play that style of music.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Metallica bass playing, especially, but all of their guitars and bass it was a hell of a way to learn. If you could figure that out, you can play almost anything.
Oh yeah, well we talk about it a lot. Like I'm not a real fancy guitar player, but I have a lot of people tell me that like I do a lot of down picking, and I think a lot of that comes from like
From James.
Green Day and Metallica. Just learning guitar, I just kind of thought that's how you were supposed to play. I didn't really know that was like a special thing.
Cannot alternate pick to save your life.
I can do fair.
And you did mention that your dad and stepdad was a big influence. Did y'all actually play with him? Is that how you learned?
No. Like I said, he's a guitar player, and Casey decided he wanted to learn drums, which was
that might be
kind of strange. And then for me, I learned by ear. I can't read music or anything like that. I can just kind of figure it out just listening. Again, I'm not a super complex player. Macon's incredible on guitar. I find a good simple rhythm and just kind of kick its ass.
Yeah, but by the time we were like of age to play shows, my dad had retired from playing music and he's a sound man now. So we just got to see a lot of bands through the years for free. And that really just drove us both into it.
Must be nice.
I can't remember most of them now. That's the problem.
sorry you have to pay for concert tickets, Macon.
Support the scene, man. Support the
I
scene.
had to work to be there. It wasn't a freebie.
That's what he says.
Work.
That's cool. I know that some people start playing drums because their dad is a guitar player or something like that. So I didn't know if maybe that was what had happened.
It's the one that drew me in, and I stuck with it.
Mine was the opposite. My dad played drums.
So like your parents have all this really nice equipment. They're like, hey, you should use this. And they're like, no, I think I just need you to buy me something completely different.
Yep.
That sounds about right. Do you guys have a favorite song to sing or play?
As far as like original content,
Yes.
right now, honestly, it kind of bounces back and forth a lot, but here lately, our latest single, This Is War, that's probably my favorite one to play live right now. I don't know. That song just comes in and it makes you want to just kick in a wall.
I'm gonna agree on that. It's a driving song. I love that.
I'd say my favorite is probably either This Is War or the song that we're fixing to release, because me and John have a lot of stage energy on that song.
I'd have to agree with making that song that he was talking about. It's Trial by Fire. That's gonna be our newest single that we're dropping Friday. So
This Friday.
This Friday.
This Friday.
It'll be tomorrow.
So-
Yeah.
Cool.
so it'll be that one's got a lot of energy to it. So
We try to have a really diverse set, man. We've got some songs where things kind of slow down and it's a little bit more intimate, but a bunch of our other ones, man, they're just like punch people in the face. They just got this drive that just makes you want to go crazy out there. We've got a bunch that I like to play. We got another one that's probably a close contender. It's called Consume and Control. It's got this really thrashy vibe to it, and it gets kind of crazy whenever we play that one live.
Do you guys have a cover that you'd like to do? Either just do you like to play it live or maybe even release one?
So the thing with covers,
We can't agree on.
we can't agree on one, man. We've got like a stack of probably somewhere between 5 or 7 of some really strong contenders. I think would work very well. But we're like, yeah, we're going to learn this one, and then me and Macon come to the table. We're like, yeah, we got like 3 more originals we need to start working on. So
Maybe if you need a filler later or something.
yeah, I mean the potential's there. We got some great choices. I think we got some that would really shock people if we actually followed through with it.
So I guess y'all never bust them out live or anything either.
No, I mean most of the places around here, man, that we play, usually you've got a pretty strict time limit, somewhere between 30 and 45-minute sets. And I mean, we've been playing for over 3 years now, so we've released quite a few singles. We've released videos for them. So we try to pump out the songs of ours that people actually know. See some people out there singing along with them and stuff. So we try to make sure we get the ones that we've released out there, and sometimes that's our set, just kind of depending on the venue.
You guys have a favorite tour that you've done, or just maybe a venue to play?
It's I will kind of change my answer on that. I won't say so much like a favorite venue, but here lately we've had the opportunity to play a lot of venues that I've personally never been able to play before. So that's probably been the past 2 or 3 months. We've been playing a lot of new places we hadn't never really had the opportunity to play before. So that's been really fun for me. Just kind of getting new venues to play.
Any of y'all have a favorite tour or venue?
Have I got to be the guy to say like our hometown venue? Is that
Go
going to be
for
one of y'all?
well, I mean, I have a venue from around here, but I know which one you're talking about.
I mean, technically our home venue is Hooligans in Jacksonville.
Shout out Hooligans Live.
Yeah, it's always good to play there. It's always family there. Second from that, so far, I'd say Amos in Charlotte.
Yeah, that's a good venue.
Yeah, Amos has been an awesome place when we were there, and I'm looking forward to going back.
Curious to hear Macon's answer.
I think my favorite place that we've played so far, let's see, we played Hooligans a bunch. Mad Cats was pretty fun over the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good venue.
And what was that place in South Carolina?
Ground Zero.
Yeah, that was a fun place.
Yeah, Ground Zero, they've been around for a while. Mad
I'd say-
Cats was kind of a cool experience because every once in a while you'll find these venues that's not really it used to be a pretty hard hitting venue, but it's kind of more of like a laid back thing. So like you see a lot of people taking, like there was a bunch of people took live videos of us over the weekend. It really didn't look like there was a lot of people like standing in front of the stage, but like there's people hanging out at the bar, there's people like playing pool, and I mean everybody's just there to have a good time. They might not necessarily be there just to focus on the band, but just the overall experience. I actually told the owners whenever we got done, I was like, even though they weren't like, it wasn't super packed, it was a decent amount of people there, but just the whole vibe of this place, man, just everybody was there to have fun, and that was just fun for me.
It does make it a good night.
John, you were going to say?
Hooligans always be a home venue for us that we like to play, but I would have to say the garage. I like going and playing out there. It's more like connection with the fan base and everything when you play out there. It's not a very big place, but when you got that intimate kind of thing going on, that's what I enjoy.
So that place he's talking about is called the Garage. It's in New Bern, North Carolina, and it's literally, it's an old garage that the owners bought and converted it into a bar. So it's like you've got your bays and stuff where everybody goes in there and kind of hangs out, and then they've got this other section of it kind of behind the bays where it's like the bar, and then behind the venue they've got like a big deck out there where you can actually play shows outdoors, and they've got like a big beer garden section of stuff. So again, that's one of those that falls in that kind of not your typical type of venue, but just a really cool experience. And the people that own the garage, man, they are just awesome people. They're a rare breed to actually find people that's just so supportive of music like that.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Do you guys have any dream? Have you not done an actual tour? It's just playing shows for now.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some things in the works that we're trying to plan for next year, but right now, we all kind of agreed that, you know, financially, and just on top of financially, just at this stage in our career, it doesn't really seem feasible for us to go out and actually try to tour. I don't really think that we're at a position to really make that be any type of profit for us. And I'm not so much just talking about money, but I'm just saying like just the means of being able to go out and support ourselves like that. I mean, if opportunity presented itself, would we decline? Probably not. We'd probably be all for trying to go. We just, I mean, the world's different than, you know, what it has been. So you kind of got to plan your moves a little bit more carefully and be a little bit more strategic in what you do. Unfortunately, I mean, we would all love to load up the van and trailer and just track to the other side of the country, but
Touring alone is expensive now.
music
It's
in general
ridiculous.
is expensive.
Yes, it is. But if you were to tour, do you have any dream tour mates? I know that you played Blue Ridge and Rocktoberfest and Brewstock Amp Fest. So you've played with some bands. You know what they're like. Is there any that you'd really want to go on a tour with?
Is it kind of open for any bands?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it could be a dream band. It could be somebody you know that you just really dig. Whatever.
I'll throw out one of each. I mean, I would love, I'm a big fan of Alter Bridge, and I think our music kind of can fall in that vein. Big fan of like Bullet for My Valentine. It's like our music's kind of a nice mixture between something like Alter Bridge and Bullet for My Valentine. It has its elements of both. Those obviously would be great choices to go on tour with. Locally, like I think we were mentioning a little bit before the show actually started, I'm really into Forever May Fall right now. Those guys are killer. I love their music. Every song they drop, I'm just, they're super good. And not only is the band itself good, but I mean everybody in that band is just super down to earth and chill and just really nice people, and that counts a lot too as far as I'm concerned.
Me?
Go for it.
Seven Dust would definitely be a good one for me. And as far as like local, I would have to say Scars Remain would be fun.
Yeah.
I think that would be a killer pairing.
So speaking of those two bands, though, not to interrupt you, we will get to you, Macon, but speaking of those two bands, that is who you're playing with at the hometown throwdown, right?
Yep. And I am super stoked for that because we've played a few shows with Scars Remain, and they're another one of those bands. One thing that kind of makes it difficult with our style of music where we're at, we're kind of like a little bit of a black sheep as far as our music goes where we're at, because the eastern coast of North Carolina where we're at, there's a lot more heavier bands. Not there's anything wrong with that, but more kind of screaming metal, really fast, in your face, aggressive music. And then you got us where we have some songs like that, but most of our stuff's kind of, dialed back. We're more of a hard rock band. So whenever we get to link up with bands like Scars Remain and Forever May Fall, that's kind of more in our wheelhouse, that's kind of a rare thing for us. And I'm always excited to play shows like that, not to mention just to be able to share a bill with those two incredible bands.
Yeah, I'm real excited to get to be at that show. I'm coming to Charlotte all the way from Texas
kick-ass,
to
man.
be at that show.
Sweet,
yeah.
dude. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing you, man.
Yeah, we already bought tickets. We're booked at the Airbnb. We're set to go. So we'll
Nice.
see y'all in
Right on.
August.
Awesome.
Oh, kick ass,
So-
man.
So that's
gonna
why I
be
interrupted. Sorry for being rude. Making go.
Oh,
ahead.
you're
Nah.
good, dude.
He deserves it.
He was thinking of the bands that he wanted to say while you were
There you
talking.
go.
Since Cody and Casey both said Scars Remain and Forever May Fall, I'm gonna say one of the local bands that I'd like to tour with would be our producers band with Clarity. They kind of fit in the same vein musically as we do.
Yeah.
And since Casey said Seven Dust, I'm gonna go with Seether.
That's cool. That's an
That would be
interesting choice.
fun.
I like that one. Let's see. Far as locally, I'm obviously from a little bit of a heavier background, so the two local bands that I would probably go with would probably be either Death Uriah or Curb Trip. Those would be the two bands I would pick. Regionally, I'd have to piggyback off Cody and say Alter Bridge. They're a good, influential band, and I really dig a lot of their shit. So.
They're an interesting band to me because they have their more like slower stuff, and then the next song you hear from them would just like just be a kick to the throat. I mean, it's
Now I will be the guy that says if they ever, because I've heard rumors that they're going to have a comeback. I definitely going to tour with Creed if they came back. Just saying.
you can edit that out, right?
I'll
say what
double
you
down
want.
on it and say I did really like My Own Prison when it came out and thought that they were going to be the next big band.
I
And
think everybody
then-
did secretly. I mean,
and-
regardless of what you want to say, I think everybody likes Creed a little bit.
They were on
Yes.
top for a while, and then just something happened,
Drugs.
Stapp.
Scott Stapp did drugs.
He
Drugs,
went
that's what it
crazy.
is.
Do you guys have any outside interests that like TV shows, books, movies, games, or is it all music?
Well, I'll be the guy that says that I probably have a unhealthy obsession with working out.
Unhealthy.
It's unhealthy to be that healthy.
I just I won't bore you with the details, but me and my wife both got sick 2 times in early 21. One of us had COVID and one of us had the flu, and then we both got over it within a week, and then we flipped around and got each other's sickness. So like we were out of commission for a whole week, and at the time I was like 31, and I said I feel like I'm probably too young to be this sick. So I kind of decided that I was going to start trying to make a few healthier life decisions, and working out on a pretty regular basis become something that it obviously helps your health and stuff like that. But I found out too, it also helps give me some mental clarity. It's a way to burn off stress and anxiety and stuff. So that's another added benefit I get out of it.
I use music to burn off stress and anxiety.
So that's helpful.
Outside of this, I'm the old guy. I have 2 kids, and that's what I spend most of my time with.
I play video games, watch TV.
You would.
The most unhealthy stuff.
Do the things your girlfriend tells you to do.
But I mean, other than this, I play with a few other bands from time to time. Just little side project type things. Nothing serious, just
Plays-
stuff to have fun.
Plays Fallout and eats like half cold Hot Pockets.
Drinking Code Red Mountain.
No, I actually do not eat Hot Pockets. I do not like Hot Pockets.
That's crazy.
What is wrong with you?
You're too bougie.
I
bro.
was more of ramen noodles, man.
I grew up eating both.
I just never got into Hot
That's a
Pockets.
shame.
Pizza rolls, though, I'm good with pizza rolls.
I hate Hot
The
Pockets.
miniature
too.
Hot Pocket.
I hate
Well-
Hot Pockets. They're always cold in the middle.
Yeah. Pizza rolls are never cold.
Yeah, it's like eating lava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
Come
That's
out
where
happy.
air fryers come in. Air fryers and pizza rolls were a match made in heaven.
You're not wrong. You're not
Ain't
wrong.
right.
I don't trust your opinion and air fryers together at this point.
Yo, hey, are
That sounds like a story.
You got experience in the air fryer department, correct?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to cook a steak in an air fryer?
Oh shit.
See? He already lost his trust in you.
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't, and I'm a little worried that I'm coming to one of your shows. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm just
Don't do
you
it.
will be surprised. I'm telling you. Not saying do it every time, but
All right.
usually we cook them in cast iron, but they're not bad in the air fryer. Just saying.
He ain't wrong.
He's had them.
I can't trust
He's
you.
had them.
I've had him.
Regular steak or chicken fried?
Regular steak.
Just straight up steak, man.
Straight off the cow.
All right. When my wife looks at me crazy, I'll tell her Cody told me it was.
I
good.
mean, you still got to season it up, man. Find a nice dry rub, you know.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, you can't just throw straight
throw the
meat
steak.
in there. That's weird.
Just cut it off the cow and throw it in there.
Just straight meat.
I mean, that's what you would do. You like yours rare. So
See, we warned you at the beginning that this had the potential to get weird, and here we are.
This
Here
ain't
we
even
are.
this ain't even in the deep end of it, man. This is the
Here we
shallow
are.
waters.
That's okay. Do you guys have any preferences with your gear or
Yes,
sponsors for that matter?
I am very picky when it comes to my gear. I am I'll use the term exclusively loosely, but I am infatuated with LTD guitars, EMG pickups, and Mesa Boogie amps. That's it took me a long time of really trying to decide what I wanted, and I found a particular sound in guitar tone that I liked, and I found out what I needed to get that. And it literally, I could get by with like a dual rectifier with any kind of Mesa cab as long as it's got like a V30 in it, with about any LCD guitar with EMGs in it, and just any type of overdrive, and I can get pretty close to the sound that I want with just like those 4 pieces. You guys?
Casey,
I gotta go next.
well, you're in line.
I am a little picky. Not endorsed, but I've been using Saluda cymbals for 10, 12 years, something like that. That's all I buy now.
That's some of the only ones he found that he like doesn't
Demolish.
destroy.
Yeah. Recently I was moved to Scorpion sticks, and kind of nice to have a stick with my name on it and the band name on it. So that's new to me.
We do actually have a big supporter in Dirtbag. If you've ever heard Dirtbag, Dirtbag has been there for us from like day one, man.
yes.
They help us get a lot of gear that we're able to not only like play live with, but we actually get our gear like shirts and stuff that we sell. We get through Dirtbag. So it's a big shout out to Dirtbag. Thank you guys for everything that you've done for us and continue to do for us. I just had to throw that out there.
Oh yeah, you're good. Outside of that, very particular to Aquarian drum heads. So, any of those want to hit me up.
Both of which are actually part of the Dirtbag extended family.
Yeah,
Scorpion,
Scorpion and Aquarian.
What about your actual drum shells?
They are Battlefield drums, and I'm not even sure if they're still in business. They are a very probably 15-year-old kit.
But you always get compliments on the way your drums sound, though.
Well, it's a good kit, and I don't feel like getting rid of it right now.
I'm with Cody. I use LTD guitar. I have one ESP E2 that I just absolutely love, man. I got a hold of that thing and it was a life changer.
Got to be bougie.
Yes. And
Bougie.
it's all mahogany EMG 5766 pickups. It's a match made in heaven with that guitar, man. Other than that, I use a LTD EC 1000 and a M1000. And I use EVH heads, the 5153s, 50 watts, Mesa Boogie rectifier 2x12 cabs, and an assortment of pedals.
That's one thing we did find out for anybody who's kind of curious about tone, if they're still kind of looking. My guitar sounds massive. I mean, Macon does a lot of lead work, but I play rhythm guitar. So we found out that the rectifiers, particularly the dual rectifier that I use, which is like an early 2000s model. I've got the 3-channel rectifier. I've actually got 2 of them. That and the EVH, most all the EVH series heads, they complement each other very, very well. So anybody kind of looking for tone journey, I mean, everybody knows Rectos can about do anything, but
that goes all the way back to like old school PV 5150s
Yeah.
too. They always sounded great together.
Mesa and EVH, match made in heaven.
Oh yeah.
John?
Well, I'm new to the whole experience. So both of the basses that I've got are Sterling by Music Man. Got a red and a blue one. And
Dual humbuckers in
dual
both.
humbuckers in both.
Nasty
And-
sounding basses.
And so far, my experience with those have been like over the mountain, man. So I think I'll be sticking with that for a little while at least.
What about your actual bass heads and cabs?
We can't keep a cab working.
We can't keep a cab working.
Too much low end, bro.
We're cursed.
Right now he's using G and K. It's an older amp, but they sound amazing. They sound amazing.
You guys have any upcoming tours, singles, EPs? I know that you have the single coming out tomorrow, which is called
Trial by Fire. It's dropping tomorrow. We've actually got another little secret. We'll go ahead and throw that out here. I think you're probably the only person outside of the band that knows we're going to have a video accommodating it. It's going to be a little bit different than the videos that we have released in the past. We wanted to kind of break the monotony and do something a little bit different. So, if you listen to the song and you want to have a visual experience to go with it, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It'll be streaming there exclusively first, and then we'll probably branch it out to the other social media stuff. We do have a slew of shows coming up if you'd like us to run through those.
And if you don't want to pay attention to us running through those, you can go to our website.
That's at beginanewmusic.com.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just give a couple we've got coming up. I had them pulled up here just in case it come up. Our next one is June the 24th at the Rooster in Gastonia, North Carolina. That's actually a fundraiser show. There is 12 solid bands that's going to be on that. I would encourage anybody, June the 24th, if you're in the area, Gastonia, North Carolina, at the Rooster. It's for a good cause. They're going to have events going on all day. It's going to be an all-day event, not only live music, but I think they're going to have like beer pong and all kinds of grades of different cool stuff going out there. I actually think it's like a full family thing. You can bring your kids and stuff out as well.
Festivals are always fun.
Then we have the next one after that. We have one at the Garage on July the 8th, and then July the 14th we're at Local 506 in Chapel Hill. So that's the ones we got coming up in June and July. But for all of our other shows, we're adding a bunch. There's a bunch more there. Just we always make sure we keep it up on our website, tobeginanewmusic.com/events.
And of
I'll
course, I
throw
did mention the home. I'm sorry about that, John.
Oh, you're
I
good,
did
brother.
mention the hometown throwdown that Surprise will be at. So if for any reason anybody out there actually wants to beat me as well as see some really good music, I'll be at that show. Go ahead.
We can't wait for that one, man. I've been stoked. We had to keep that one under wraps for like a good 2 or 3 months, and it took
I knew
everything
about it.
in my being to not talk about it.
I knew about it. Same.
I was just going to say, I don't know why I'm involved in it, but I'll also be representing To Begin Anew in a live comedy thing at Hooligans Live on June the 23rd. So, we'll see.
Interviews no one asked for. If you want to kind of change it up, it's related to the music scene, but it's kind of a side quest of our local music community. Facebook page, interviews no one asked for. I can promise you anything that goes live on that page will have you dying of laughter. So I highly encourage you, anybody watching this, whenever you get done, interviews no one asked for, make sure you have the page.
And that show would be the comedy show no one asked for.
Yeah,
Yes.
the comedy show no one asked for.
We
That's
are all
awesome.
going to that, by the way.
So before we call it a day, I wanted to start on the left of this side with John and have everybody just talk to your fans for just about a minute each.
Oh Lord.
I
Okay.
can't talk that long.
Or less.
I'll make it short and sweet. To all the fans out there that have supported not just me, but this band. I've been in music for 17 years. And anybody that has supported me, I want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks to my mom and my dad for always having support for me and my brother. I appreciate all of them and I love them. That's about it. That's all I can say. All you can say is thank you for the ones that actually show you support and come to your shows and buy your merch.
Yeah, I'll say probably about the same thing. Thank you to everybody who I invite to the shows, who comes out, who buys our tickets. Thanks to my parents for buying me my first guitar and getting me started on this crazy journey. Thank you to my girlfriend, Ivy King, who supports me in every way and lets me do this, who shares me with the band because the band is like a marriage. And thank you to all the fans who continue to support us.
Speaking of marriage, we need to talk. We're divorcing you.
Right now?
On the air,
Live.
live.
on the air. Yeah, I'll go with the same on a lot of that. Thank you for everybody that supported us over the last couple years with this band in particular. Even me for all the people that supported me over the last, I don't know, 20 something years playing music. Especially my parents, my dad for putting up with me getting into music, and my wife and my kids for definitely being my biggest fans.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get a pretty consistent answer across the board. I mean, it's tribe mentality. I'm very thankful of the way that I was raised and the people that I get to call parents and my friends and my family. Not too many people probably can say that they trusted their kid at 15, 16 years old to go play at bars and come home 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and have faith that you ain't going to go out there and get in trouble, and that they actually know where your intentions lie, that you're not going out there to raise hell and get crazy. You're just I'm trusting you enough to be responsible and do what you want to do and do something that's going to make you happy and can keep you out of trouble. So from the bottom of my heart, I will say to all of my family, thank you for ingraining the person and the character that I am, and allowing me to do this crazy thing, this live music, being in a band that everybody knows it's more than a hobby, but it is a hobby. And it helps. It has helped me my entire life to keep me on what I feel like is a straight and narrow, and to just help me make the best decisions that I can in life. And yeah, I mean, and again, all the fans just been there, not so much fans, I would say friends, people that supported us from day one, not with just this project, but previous projects. I mean, who knows, this thing might become something, it might not, but at the end of the day, I can hang my hat up and say that I had a hell of a ride, and it was worth every second, every dollar I spent.
To Begin Anew, thank you so much for joining me today. You guys, I hope you have a great single release and great shows.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And we'll see you
Thank
soon,
you,
brother.
brother.
Take it easy, man.